Hey, hello everyone, it's Lisa Ann from Lisa Ann Tarot. Doing a Divine Masculine reading. So, what I find very interesting right now with the collective part of the collective that I channel is um, there's a movement where the Divine Feminine is coming back into her power. And all along this journey, it's sort of been the journey of the Divine Feminine. Um, reclaiming her power, becoming the Empress. And our divine masculines are kind of doing the work as well, but not, sort of in the shadow of the feminine. So, in talking with some people recently, we did go through the opening of the Lionsgate portal, which is about, um, you know, ending cycles, opening new beginnings, really shedding off parts of our existence and the way we live and think and feel, and letting all that kind of die away. So, um, with the opening of the portal, there have been some sort of epiphanies, things that have happened with masculines coming forward with communication, with very vivid dreams involving masculine. So, I really feel that this was sort of a leveling up for them. Um, so I wanted to pull sort of how is the divine masculine doing right now, sort of like and I had two fingers now that I don't have nails on, so um, but I needed to get this out and get it read. So let's take a look, sort of where the masculine's journey is taking him right now. So the first set of cards that I did was sort of the overall energies of the connection. Where is the connection at right now? Um, the first card I have is determination. So it is the connection itself. Both counterparts right now I feel are very, very much aligned and very much sort of working at the same pace. And they are very determined. They're very determined to get to the end of this cycle and to release some of this energy that's around. So, to clarify, I have understanding, vibrations, and return. So, the determination that they're both kind of, about right now is understanding the journey, understanding what it is, what their purpose is, what they're supposed to be doing, what lessons they're supposed to be learning. So, they're gaining understanding about the journey. They're keeping their vibrations high, trying to, come up above any low vibrational, um, you know, energies that might have been happening in the connection. Um, Things that don't serve them going forward. And then we have return. So, sort of a return of the connection. If the connection has been sort of suspended or in a pause or separation, they both are really looking to pull everything back together. The next card out was transformation. So the connection right now is going through a transformation. Like I said, we're turning corners, we're closing out old cycles, really starting to align better on our path. We have mute, we have free will, and we have signs. So the transformation that they're going through right now is about sort of closing out this no communication, trying to bring about, come back around. Like I said, there were some masculines that came out of sort of a ghosting situation and coming back with some communication, maybe starting to come forward, gaining control of free will, finding out what it is you really want in your life and going after it regardless of your fears or what your ego says or whatever. You're going to invoke free will on moving forward. And then both counterparts are receiving guidance and signs at this time. The next set of cards came out was Divine Assistance. So right now, the connections are being assisted by the universe. They are sort of being guided and pushed. Timelines are being compressed, and they're really getting on the path that they're supposed to be on. Some of the things that the divine is assisting with is cycles. So with the cycles of the moon and all the cosmic shenanigans that have been going on lately with eclipses and retrogrades and the Lionsgate portal, it all has to do with cosmic cycles. And then we have guide. So it's guiding, like I said, it's guiding the counterparts along their path. And then we have the numbing card. So I think that the divine is assisting in not kind of pushing both counterparts to really address the things that are in front of them and not sort of numb themselves from it. Not you can't ignore it anymore. You're just past that point of being able to ignore what's really happening. And then we have the last card, decision. So we have a lot of decisions, a lot of very deep thought, really trying to figure out what's going on. So some of the things that, they're making decisions on, is this stuck energy? Is this really the way they want to be? Do they want this connection to remain stuck and remain in this current, situation? Or do they want to move it forward? We have material world. So they're doing a lot of work on themselves and building a strong foundation and really thinking about the future financially, um, getting into a more stable sort of existence in the material world. And then we have karmic partner. So for those of you that, are in a situation where your twin is with someone else right now, and they are really, sort of feeling the pull, I think, toward their twin, but still trying to resolve their issues. Um, you know, the time has come, sort of right now that they need to make a decision. There are some where they're not with someone else, but that person, maybe they were divorced or they're separated or they're out of that other relationship, but that other person is still playing a major factor in their life right now. So they're really trying to reach a balance and trying to figure their way out of that and making decisions. So that's the energy of the connection. So the first set of cards that I pulled here, this is how the masculine right now is in his head space. What is he thinking of when he thinks of this connection? So the first card out, we have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is about sort of, kind of soul searching, going within, making a decision, kind of, trying to balance things out within. And when I asked for some clarification, I have the Shine card and I have the Lead card. So this Lead card is equivalent to the Emperor in the basic tarot. And this is the energy that the divine masculine, as we see the divine feminine as the empress, this is the masculine energy that we want to see him in moving forward. Very much in his power, very much, finding out who he is. And then the Shine card is, sort of about letting yourself, trusting in your intuition, trusting in how you're feeling in moving forward, believing, having enthusiasm. This is the Sun card. So things are coming to light right now for the masculines, and helping them sort of identify themselves in this Emperor power. We have the Death card. So the Death card is about sort of shedding old beliefs and shedding old ways of thinking and letting go of things that no longer serve them, letting go of regret and grief and bad feelings from past experiences. We have the world. So the world is about cycles coming to an end. So in his headspace, when he's thinking, he wants to put an end to sort of this old, the very last of this old icky energy that's been hanging out, because the next card up is the Fool, and that's about new beginnings, wanting to take a leap of faith, wanting to sort of forge forward without any logic or without you know, any care in the world, really. He just wants to kind of let's get it going. Um, in his heart space, we have the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is burdened. So in his heart space right now, he is burdened. Um, so I asked for some clarification on that. So he's trying to find balance. It's choose your balance. Choose your battles. So he is very conflicted. Um, Trying to find a balance, possibly having to do with the karmic situation. Um, just finding balance between his head and his heart. This is his heart, so he's sort of fighting his feelings. He's very burdened with how he feels and not wanting to feel that way. But this is all about healing. It's all about breaking the chains and stuff that's holding him back and allowing him to release that burden that he's been carrying. We have the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups is sort of a very, what's the word? Dissatisfied type of feeling. He's dissatisfied with the way his life is right now. He's, sort of looking at what he has in front of him, and he's like, that's not really what I want, but it's here and it is. But he's not noticing that there is a cup being offered to him. So in his heart, he's still very much sort of looking in the past and looking at things that, you know, his life and how things are. And he's still concentrating on, those feelings and not clearing them out. But then we have the Temperance card. So the Temperance is about divine intervention. It is about them coming in and balancing out the emotions. He's pouring water from one cup to another, and water is all about emotion. So he's helping him to balance out these emotions, to realize that he does have some blessings being offered to heal and let him release the burdens that he has. And then we have Victory. So he very much wants to, come out of this and be victorious. Um, and, the divine is stepping in to help him balance that. In his physical space, right now we have the Four of Swords. So he is sort of gone within. He is resting, recharging, and really regrouping on a physical level. We have the Judgment card, so that is about sort of, very much looking at taking an inventory of his life and how he's living, and is this really the way I'm supposed to be? You know, Possibly, looking into the future and seeing how far he is away from that or not. Um, we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is about coming forward with the truth. It's coming forward um, at a fast pace. If you see this horse, while his feet are off the ground and he's traveling at a very fast speed. So in his physical, he's getting ready to, come forward with his truth to his Empress, to his Divine Feminine. So this is about something, happening where he's coming forward, and there is going to be communication. There is going to be something being brought to light here with the Judgment card and him speaking his truth in his physical world. So a lot of the thought processes that he's going through right now is going to manifest in the physical. So the next set of cards that I pulled over here, these were messages from the masculine to his counterpart, sort of him letting her know, what's he about right now? What's he doing right now? So the first card out was tradition. So he's very much thinking about this connection, wants to bring it around into the physical, wants it to be a traditional, very committed, very long-term type of connection, relationship. And we have admired. So he admires her for shining her light and, the transformation that she's going through. He's been keeping an eye on her and very close, even though they may or may not have been speaking, but he's keeping an eye on her and he's admiring her for the work that she's doing. He wants her to know that right now he is in the dark night of the soul, so he is processing a lot of very deep, very dark emotions and going into his shadow self and releasing some of the energies that have been holding him back from her. And he asks for her patience while he continues to heal and to do this work here. We have the Union card. So his message about union that he has is very much on his mind. He's very much in his thoughts and he's analytical about it. He's really contemplating the thought of union. And he's really thinking deeply about it. He knows that his actions right now have to come to a conclusion. He has to, reach a conclusion about what he wants. Does he want this union or not? But he's formulating a conclusion at this time. He knows he needs to drop the mask and come forward with communication, stop hiding the way he feels, and really communicate how he's feeling and drop the mask and stop hiding. But he's a little fearful about that he's not quite ready. He, as much as he wants to bring this to a conclusion, he is a little fearful right now with that. And then we have Judgment Day. So he realizes he is going through a Judgment Day. He is doing, sort of contemplation. He's looking at his life, where everything is kind of frozen right now and not moving forward. Because we have the Winter card. And he's thinking about, a compromise. He's thinking about a way to sort of come forward and, sort of make things work if there's a compromise. He's refocusing at this time because he's doing an inventory of his life. So he is making changes and refocusing. But there's a barrier placed in here, and it could be, because of the situation that he has going on here. So he's got to break through that. But the answer is yes. So, I think what he's putting forth here right now is to sort of have patience. He's doing his work. Things are coming around. This Winter card not only could indicate that things are frozen right now for a reason, while he's in this evaluation mode, but it can also be a marker, that maybe come the winter time, it will be a good time for him to move forward. So we do have bottom of the deck. So bottom of the deck for the connection is the journey and what you're experiencing right now. And right underneath it, we have a divine connection. So this is the journey. This is sort of how this whole thing works. And this is, there's work to be done. There's a whole process that needs to happen. There's dark night of the souls. There's emotions to shred. There's, a lot of stuff at play. So this is the journey. This is what it is, and it's about ascending. So he's awakening. He's ascending. He is doing his work. We have for the clarifiers, we have release. So the release is the death card. So he is shedding all these old ways of thinking and old emotions um, for his head, heart, and physical space. We have Ace of Cups. So it's all about filling his own cup. It's about self-love. It's about coming around and really loving himself, which the bottom of the deck for the romance angels and guidance is love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically more attractive. Um, and bottom of the deck for the messages is look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. So it is about him really going within and doing his work and coming into filling up his own cup of love and coming to a point of self-love, loving himself first. And this is what we tell the feminines, and the feminines get it first. Um, they have to do the same work that you do. So he's learning this lesson now about self-worth, about self-love, about unconditional love. So we have some guidance from the romance angels. Well, the first from Spirit, close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. So this is a message to the masculines, if anybody's watching, from Spirit, that you are okay to allow joy into your life, regardless of how you think things are. Um, and then the guidance from romance angels, we have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. We have deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship, which the mask card came out here. And I thought I saw it one other place, but you know, he's being deceptive not in a mean-spirited way, but in a way that he doesn't want to come forward with his feelings. And then we have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So this is about reconciliation. This is about union. This is about getting prepared to be aligned, to finally come together. And then the last message is a new beginning. New adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So this is where the divine masculines are at right now. They're closing out cycles, and they're um, healing things. And we had the judgment card come out a couple times, really surveying their lives and going within, and making sure that they're on the right track. Um, we do have decisions being made about karmic partners. Um, we the answer is yes. So they're on their way, and we just need to be patient and let them do their work. Send them as much love and healing energy that you can. Be supportive, even if it has to be from afar. Practice that unconditional love, because that's what it's all about. And work on yourselves in the meantime, because the brighter your light shines, um, the easier it'll be for them to find their way home. So I hope you enjoyed that reading, and catch you soon.